And here we have microphone test number 1. Let's see if my microphone is working and I can talk shit and it won't make as much noise as normal. Because hearing all of these cicadas drowned out my voice. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Maybe you don't want to hear me, you just want to hear nature. Fine, fine with me. Oh, last day of work done for the year. You'd think it would be celebration, but it's been a long year and I think everyone's just fucking ready to have a day off. I tried something different in my last video. I actually put it onto my design business channel rather than putting it up on a personal one. And surprise, surprise, it got the normal numbers that my personal channel got rather than the woeful numbers that my design business channel gets. So I think no one really wants to learn about graphic design. They just want to see cool shit. I guess that's me learning about the algorithm and trying to find out what works best for getting your brand out there. As a designer, I guess I surround myself with cool shit. Might have to do a little video on that. Cool shit around the house to inspire me or scare anyone who breaks in. Partly because you run out of places to hide all your skulls and skeletons. And yes, we dress up our life-size skeleton for Christmas and so on. Why not? It's the Halloween decoration that's never been put away. You know, the one that gets snuck into the kids' beds when they're away on holidays and shit. So they come home and find someone else has been sleeping in their bed. I'm not sure you can hear the cicadas over my voice on this microphone, but I can certainly hear them through the windows of the car. They are loud. That might give you some idea. Pretty damn loud. Still feel like a bit of a goose having a clip-on microphone, but hey, if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, well, worth a try. You've always got to try new things because you don't want to get stuck doing the same thing over and over and over. It drives me insane. I did have a job like that once. Same thing over and over and over and over again. And I became a go-to expert on that particular thing, which was bank forms and share trading forms, which is really not exciting, especially when the bank is calling you up saying, oh, can you just check the terms and conditions are compliant with the government regulations? Yeah, not exciting. You do it a couple of times, it's like, yeah, bread and butter work, cool, not a problem. When you get into the hundreds, if not thousands of forms, it's like, yeah, I don't want to do this. Can I do something else? Because I've done some really shitty jobs in the past, so it's hardly the worst one. One of the worst ones was working for someone who was a complete criminal. We'd take out tax and all that, take out tax and super. Well, we'd put tax and super on your payslip and they wouldn't pay it. And went to court countless times by all his staff suing him for failing to pay their super, failing to pay the tax, failing to send in the document to the government saying that it was a declaration of employment. You'd sign it and he'd just stick it in a drawer. He wouldn't actually hand it in. So technically you weren't even working for him because you were getting paid cash generally. Always difficult to prove. Unless, like me, you kept your pay slips. I covered all the illegal shit that he was doing in my letter of resignation because I was worried he was going to sue me or contest my departure or whatever. Of course, he ran away to Amsterdam for 2 weeks when he was supposed to be going to court, when he was getting sued by half the sales reps that had worked for him. Couldn't attend court because he was in another country. We're all just like, is he coming back? I lodged handed in my resignation because I discovered in the employment guidelines for the business, any casual workers could be fired with an hour's notice. So technically, I only had to give 1 hour's notice for my resignation. I gave a week, like, but still, it was like, yeah, finding out you could be fired on the spot was just like, yeah, that's not great. And yes, the workplace rules have changed since then. This was quite some time ago because I am old. Oh, fuck me. Going through Gosford's wind tunnel. There's no other wind, but this little spot, massive waves coming up over the foreshore. There's no wind anywhere else. It's this one little spot. I'm not sure you can see it out the window, but there's some pretty big waves back there, like hitting the foreshore, and there's literally like none next to me. Now that we've passed that section of wind, it's crazy. Like it's just one little spot, rips right up through the middle of Gosford, straight across the bay, over the stadium, and straight up through the train station. And it's like a tunnel, so it rips through there. But the idea of doing a video that's based on arty creative stuff for my design channel, I think is probably going to be the way to move forward. Only because it seems to be pushed out to way more people, get way more feedback and interactions and likes and comments and all that sort of shit. I'm not going to delete the other content that I've got. It's still interesting and informative and all that sort of shit. And I did get my yearly wrap for for my YouTube channel, and the most popular video, which actually surprised me, is still the review video I did of a monitor like 9 years ago, and it's got over 9,000 views. It's getting up to like 9,500 now, and it's like, really? I did that as a pitch to eBay as a tech reviewer, and it's like, wow, it was one of those little ones where it was just like I completely forgot I'd posted it, hadn't done anything with it, and 7 years later I was like, oh, there's more than 5,000 views on that video. What the hell? Maybe I should be talking about cool shit, like tech stuff, like the microphone that I picked up for like $3 on Temu. If it works, might be complete shit. Then again, who knows? If it works for a little bit, that's great. If not, oh well. An interesting experiment. On the topic of interesting experiments, I was tempted to buy the first 6 things that get promoted to me via Temu, because I get promoted some weird shit, like full set of fake teeth. Like, what the fuck? What search parameters am I looking at to get fed that? And what like advertising parameters are they setting to like feed that sort of stuff to me? Like paints and camera gear and IT gear and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Prime target market. Like art and crafts and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. But fake teeth. Ooh, I'm boring myself. Fuck. Need to do something exciting. If you've got this far, go watch something else. Go watch my video on why you can't see yellow. And no, you can't see yellow. Or watch my video on things to know about Australia before you come here. I enjoyed making that one. And no one's watched it. Because no one knows who the fuck I am. I thought it was funny. Which now makes it sound sad and tragic. And kind of pathetic. If you don't give a fuck about what anyone thinks about you, your feelings can never be hurt. If you have no ego, you have no ego to break or get hurt. I'm fortunate that I've never given a monkey's what anyone thinks about me. That's a good way to be. I'm happy to make a fool of myself in public to embarrass my children. And if you ask them, yes, I have. Here we are home. Finally. Go home and sit my bum on a chair and have a nice cup of coffee to end my day and watch pure crap on telly or YouTube or whatever else I could find. Maybe some crazy video. I did watch Heavy Trip and Heavier Trip recently. Definitely go watch them. If that's your learning for the day, go watch Heavy Trip. It's much better than what I'm talking about.